better give you a 10. Been on the bus, double the cost, bam. They suck a dick on you poppin', I know they gon' stop, but I want my dance. Got these bitches jumping through the hoops to get close to the peg, I'm fucking a fan. Yeah, I fired my PR, the bitch was a loser with leather than money in hand. I did not grow up with baby videos, my mama could not afford cams. These niggas be whiter than snow when they grow up, that's why they relate to their fans. Keep their hand in their face when they shoot this Tiananmen Square niggas taking their plans. I was wrong when I said Dylan Brooks, I'm a billionaire beer kind of man. Don't screw up when you stay in my lane, I got Jordan rules to put you in the pan. I be fucking my bitch from the side, my side bitch on Joy Valance. At the ballroom you could've died, all these fuckers do not got no hands. What you done? What you not gonna do is step up in my face with the plan. Out of my mind, not out of the thoughts. Out of the pan, I'm flipping the pot. Brain over pussy, thought out of the box. All of you niggas is tender and soft. And one put the file out, shook that motherfucker right up out of his socks. 4-5 to his light bulb, Teddy Pendergrass, we just turned up the jaw. Fuck nigga, I was born in the 80s, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of you stupid ass niggas you doing. Fuck y'all. I got more choppers and dragons than those at the government. Look what I'm We ain't at your head, we wanted to kill you a bad. I eat in healthcare, do some cardio. Track the boss, if my brother was Mario. Choppers and pistols with mad as you bad. I'm tall like Joker, I'm ready to laugh. I was born in the 80s, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of you twisted tea sipping punk bitch ass niggas be doing. Y'all niggas is pie. All of y'all. Born in the 80s.
Alright, here we are, Decade Sim for Boogle League 6. For those who don't know, I'll break it down real quick. So every year I host an event where my members can fill out a form and create their player. I then take the responses to these forms, I put them in 2K and I create their players and we do a simulation on my league. Let's go through all the teams and then we'll hop into the simulation. Starting with the East, we have the Bucks here and we have the Pringles, the Magic. Here is the Pacers, the Hawks, and finally the Pistons. And yeah, those are the 6 teams on the East, the 6 Boogle League teams. And on the West, we have the previous champs, the Spurs, the Foul Baiters, with the bootleg Walmart SGA. We got the T-Wolves, kind of a super team here, OKC, and we have the Warriors. Okay, wow, there's actually more teams on the East. I forgot for this league. So we got 5 teams on the West and 6 teams on the East. Let me fix any of these lineups and then we'll hop into the simulation. All right, all teams are set up and ready for the sim. Before we start, we'll check out, where is this at? I haven't played my league in a while. Here it is, the league history. And our previous champs was the Spurs in the finals against the Bucks, and Rebound got finals MVP. This was the season that was taking place in the Discord. But now we'll continue this league for a whole decade and let's see what happens. All teams have their coach settings reset and trades are on, so players can now trade and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's finally begin. Yeah, I guess we'll sim up to the NBA Cup and then we'll see year number 1 of the decade. All right, and the Spurs do win the NBA Cup, with Spoth winning NBA Cup MVP. All right, all-star captains are here. We have Skull and Boogle. All right, let's auto draft. Here is the first all-star team of the decade simulation. Yeah, some first-time all-stars are here. Neo, a starter, first-time all-star. Since it is the first all-star game, we'll actually simcast this one. All right, so let's see. It's a close game, we'll jump in. Okay, it is very close. Nah. Okay, never mind. Okay, 2 minutes, 2-point game. A close all-star game already. Let's jump in. 2K. Let me jump in. Okay, thought it crashed for a second. Okay, Team Boogle has the possession. I'm pretty sure they're West. Got a nice pick and roll for Neo. Okay. Team captain gonna take the game in his hands. But we got a Neo ISO. Oh shit. Okay, we got the pass out. That's a bad shot. Okay, let's see if they could tie this up. Doing a pick and roll for, wow, Skull wide open. Bang. Okay. They came back. He has 30. Team Captain Skull locking in. Still very close. We go either way. DT gets fouled. Baguette is guarding DT. If you know, you know. That's some Boogle cord lore right there. All right, DT hits both free throws. This is Team Skull bringing it up. East. Skull, that's a wide open three again. Bang. Oh, he has 30, bro. Guard him. Okay, Tylo just pulls up from way down. It's locking in for the West. It's about to be a back and forth game. That's pretty much most games in 2K26. Okay, Skull getting a nasty baseline. What the hell? Skull is going crazy. Reverse baseline dunk on two people. I mean, there you go. That's the all-star captain right there. And Neo. Yikes, Neo. Don't sell, bruh. All right, Domino. Get in the slam. Bro, Skull just took the game into his own hands. I mean, there's still plenty of time. Only down 3 for the West. Will Neo sell, though? That's the question. Oof. It's getting locked down by Domino. Damn. This is not looking good for the West. They're getting clamped up and Skull. Okay. Heat check from Skull right there. West could. Okay, Peter just pulls up mid-range. Easy. They do have a timeout. And yeah, they will have to foul. Yeah, but Domino is probably going to hit both of these. They need a 3. You definitely see a cheese corner 3 right here. We'll see if Team West locks in. Tylo's on the floor. He could hit a nasty 3. Yep, there it goes to Tylo, but that's contested. Yeah. Oof, it's looking like a win for Team Skull. Deserved. I mean, bro locked in clutch time with a crazy poster on 2 people. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. Unless we get some real quick 3s here, it's over. Neo. Okay. Oh, there's no time. 5 seconds. All right, let's see if they can maybe get a turnover. Nope. Not enough time. All right. This game is over. East win. Skull with a statement game for the first All-Star game of the decade sim. Some crazy clutch shots. There he is. All-Star MVP. Look at everyone clapping in the back. All right, let's check the stats and then we'll continue the sim. Yeah, wow. Skull dropping 35, 10 and 5. 5 blocks, 3 steals. Crazy. Okay, here's all the stats for Skull's team. And here's all the stats for Boogle's team. All right, what a way to start the decade sim. All right, let's continue the sim. All right, season's ending here. Neo gets MVP. Our first MVP of the decade sim. Almost a triple-double stat. Almost shooting 50, 40, 90, but he did compensate with a field goal. Rookie of the year doesn't really matter here. Phoenix winning DPOY with a triple-double. Bub is most improved player. Clutch player of the year is not a Boogle Cord member. Interesting. Doc Rivers, coach of the year. Okay, we'll see what they do in the playoffs. Early they don't choke, right? Here's the first team, the second team, the third team. This is the all defensive first team and the all defensive second team. All right, I'm assuming no Boogle Cord teams are in the play-ins. Yeah. Okay, so we could just simulate the play-ins here. Let's check the regular season stats real quick. So Sky was the leader for points per game. There's the top 5 for points per game and rebounds, assists, steals, Fancy Bread at the top, and blocks. Fancy Bread almost 4 blocks averaging for the entire season, which is pretty insane. All right, what are the matchups we got here? OKC against the Warriors. Okay, Spurs are not matched up against a team. We got the Pacers and Pistons, and then the Magic and the Hawks. Okay, so we do have a couple of matchups here. Let's see what happens. Hawks get swept. Okay, while the Warriors get swept. I mean, that's not too surprising. The Pacers lose in game 7 against the Pistons. Yikes. Not a good start for DJ Nav. Losing to Matt the B. Okay, so we have the T-Wolves. They are the first seed. You have our MVP here, Neo, going up against the OKC Thunder. And we have this matchup here. The previous champs, the Spurs, up against the Foul Baiters, which is also a very strong team. On the East, we have the Bucks with the All-Star MVP Skull up against, this team. I'm guessing the Bucks will sweep here. How did Pacers lose to the Pistons? Lock in KFE. And then we got the 76ers with most improved player Bub here against the DPOY team here with Phoenix. All right, let's sim this round. Yep, Magic gets swept by Bub. Pistons get swept, not surprising there. Wow, okay, the Foul Baiters get Gentlemen swept. And it looks like the T-Wolves are about to, Gentlemen sweep this Thunder as well. Task complete. Bro, what is this? So we have the first and second seed matchup here. MVP versus previous champs. And then we have All-Star MVP versus Bub. See what happens here. Wow, yeah. The Bucks just sweep. They're on a undefeated run right now. And the Timberwolves get swept. Rebound is Conference Finals MVP for the West with an insane stat line. 40 points per game. 10 rebounds. Okay. And on the East, Domino is the Conference Finals MVP. Okay, we have the exact same matchup as we had previously prior to the Decade Sim. Will the Spurs be able to win another ship? Let's see. Yep. And they do in sweep fashion. Okay, there we are with Finals MVP. So the Spurs almost went undefeated. We might see a lot of Spurs wins because this is probably the best team in the league. You never know. Trades can happen. Let's check out the playoff stats and then we'll hop into the second year. Okay, Sky once again here in leading points per game. Rebound here. Probably going to see this name a lot. Here are the rebounds, assists for the playoffs, steals, and the blocks. All right, that is season or year number 1. Spurs win. Let's hop into year 2. All right, year number 2 is here. Let me see if I have to fix any of the lineups before we hop in. All right, all team lineups have been fixed. Let's hop into year number 2. Nothing changed from previous year. Teams are still the same, but let's see if any trades happen this year. Bucks and the Skull here winning the NBA Cup MVP, dropping a pretty nasty stat line as well. Skull having a very great decade sim so far. All right, the second All-Star team of the decade. And we have the same captains as previous year. Let's auto draft. Here is the second All-Star team of the decade. All right, let's continue the sim. All right, awards are about to pop up here. Okay, there we go. MVP, Boogle, triple-double, 50, 40, 90. Phoenix, DPY once again, almost averaging a triple-double again. Most improved, no Boogle Court player here. And the Spurs are the team with the best record this time. Mitch Johnson, coach of the year. Here is the first team, the second team, the third team, all defensive first team, and the all defensive second team. All right, I'll check just in case, but yeah, no Boogle Court teams in the play-in. All right, let's check out the regular season stats. Okay, this guy, yeah, I'm gonna have to nerf this guy. Bro is played all 82 games as well. He's the league leader in scoring for the regular season. Here's the rebounds. Wemby, okay, assists, steals, and blocks. I'm surprised Fancied Bread didn't win DPOY. All right, any interesting matchups here? We got the Warriors against the Thunder. On the East, we do have the rematch with the Pacers against the Pistons. Let's see if the Pacers make it out the first round this time. And we have the Magic against the Hawks once again. All right, simulate round one. The Hawks get eliminated once again here. Okay, and there we go. Pacers finally did lock in, and the Warriors get eliminated. No surprise there. Okay, we have pretty much the exact same matchups here, except the Bucks are going against the Pacers this time. Our NBA Cup MVP here, Skull. All right, let's simulate round two. Magic gets swept. OKC gets swept. And wow, Pacers, they make it to the second round, but they get swept. And the Foul Baiters do get eliminated. Okay, this is a new matchup on the West. T-Wolves against the previous champs. And then we have Bucks against Bub. The Splash Bros here have been kind of quiet. Frost here, yeah. He had an 89-point game, which is pretty insane. We'll see any craziness like that happens before the decade sim is over. All right, new matchups, the West at least. Okay, game 6 win. Pretty surprising. I mean, the Bucks did make it to the finals last time very easily. I guess the Splash Bros locked in, and then T-Wolves almost win. They do go to game 7 though, but they lose in game 7. The West Conference Finals MVP. And the East Conference Finals MVP, yeah, looks like the Splash Bros locked in. All right, we have a new finals matchup here, but this seems pretty one-sided. I guess here, Spurs probably going to win this one. Let's see. Yeah, wow. That was the quickest simulation of all time. Spurs sweep 4-0, and wow, Boogle just racking up awards left and right here. Let's check out the playoff stats, and then we'll go into year number 3. Sky, once again, he's got back-to-back scoring leader. Is the rebounds, the assists, steals, and blocks. All right, that concludes year number 2. Let's hop into year number 3. All right, year number 3 of the decade sim. Let's sim. The Bucks getting the NBA Cup win here. MVP is Hush. All right, third all-star team of the decade here. We got Peter and Vil. Here are the all-stars for the third year of the decade sim. East team is looking pretty insane there. All right, let's continue. All right, what is this? Back-to-back MVP now, averaging a triple-double. And now we have a 3-time DPOI. Phoenix Spurs coach winning coach of the year once again. Here is the first team, the second team, third team, all defensive first team, and the defensive second team. All right, let's check out the regular season stats. We'll hop into the playoffs. Okay, here we go. Splash Bros are locking in. Point leaders. Here's the rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Okay, no crazy trades happening yet, but I'm guessing all the players' contracts are going to expire around next year or the year after. We do have a different matchup here on the East. The Magic pretty much switched spots. The West, we have the standard Warriors Thunder matchup. All right, let's sim first round. Warriors get swept. The Hawks lose to the Pistons, and the Pacers lose to the Magic. Okay, some familiar matchups here. This time we have the Bucks against the Magic, and the Splash Bros are against the Pistons. OKC is against the 2-time defending champs now, and T-Wolves, let's see if they could beat the Foul Baiters again. Wow, okay. Foul Baiters get swept. Yep, Magic gets swept by the Bucks. Not surprising there. Yep, Pistons lose as well. And wow, the Thunder actually got some games on the Spurs there, but they do get eliminated. We have some familiar conference finals matchups here. Spurs against the T-Wolves. And we got the Splash Bros and Bub against Skull and Peter Company. All right, T-Wolves get gentlemen swept. And it looks like almost a close, yeah, while Bucks lose. Damn. That's the second time the 76ers are in the finals here. They beat the Bucks again in Game 7 and Conference Finals MVP for the West and Conference Finals MVP for the East. Taito is locking in. All right, here we have this matchup again. Let's see if an upset could happen or we're going to see a three-peat here from the Spurs. Okay, wow, they did get a game, but yeah, Spurs win that matchup pretty easily. The East is pretty weak. Things might switch up in year 4 or 5. Rebound this time winning finals MVP. And there we go, the Spurs with their three-peat. Let's check out the playoff stats and we'll hop into year number 4. Sky leading points again. There's rebounds, assists, Temp leading in assists, which is pretty surprising. Steals and the blocks. All right, let's hop into year number 4. The Spurs coming off a three-peat. All right, year number 4 for the decade sim. Let's see what happens this year. '76ers win the NBA Cup. Hurtado getting the NBA Cup MVP. All right, here's the 4th All-Star team of Boogle Cord League Auto Draft. Has Skull been captain for 4 years straight? But yeah, here is the All-Star team, the 4th All-Star team of the decade. All right, let's continue. All right, awards are about to pop up. Neo getting his 2nd MVP with a triple-double. Yeah, not a great three-point shooter, but yeah, very high field goal percentage. DPOI, 4 times in a row. We got Phoenix. He got All-Star. First time this season. Okay, wow. 76ers actually have the best record this year. Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year. Here is the first team, the second team, the third team, all defensive first team, and the all defensive second team. All right. So maybe the East locked in here. We'll see. Because all the comp is pretty much on the West, and whoever makes it to the finals in the West is basically guaranteed to win the chip. Oh yeah, let's check out the regular season stats, then we'll hop into the playoffs. Point leader is a random Luke Davis. Rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, let's hop into year 4 playoffs. All right, some round 1. Pacers get swept by the Pistons. Yikes. Warriors have yet to make it out of the first round. The Hawks get gentlemen swept. All right, familiar matchups here, except 76ers are leading the charge here. OKC took 2 games against the Spurs last time. Let's see if they could get a win here. The Spurs is pretty easily the best team in the league. I mean, if you know the lore, this was pretty much a super team built to get Shisho his ring finally. And now he's a 4-time champion. Back to back to back to back. All right, let's simulate round 2. Okay, close games all across the board, but Magic lose to the Bucks. No surprise there. Wow, okay, Spurs win, but OKC take 2 games once again. Pistons lose, no surprise there. We do have a game 7 for the T-Wolves and Foul Baiters, and T-Wolves take it in game 7 here. DT locking in. Here we go. We have this matchup again on the East. Pretty much the only 2 good teams on the East. I mean, the Magic is okay. Pacers is okay as well. They just gotta lock in. Now, will the 76ers be able to make the finals once again? We'll see. Okay, yep. Wow. T-Wolves get gentlemen swept. And the 76ers, or the Pringles, get eliminated by the Bucks this time. Bucks are finally back in the finals. Bro, get this task garbage out of here. All right, West Conference Finals MVP. And here is the East. Skull. And here we are with the OG matchup here. The super team Spurs against the also super team Bucks. Let's see if they could finally take down the Spurs. Otherwise, this would be a 4-peat from the Spurs. Let's see. Wow, they do. The Bucks win against the Spurs. Domino wins Finals MVP with a crazy stat line, by the way. Super efficient. Just like that, the Spurs run has ended. They got a 3-peat under their belt. Let's check out the playoff stats. Here is the point leaders for the playoffs. Rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. And now we're heading into the halfway point with the Bucks. First time champion Bucks. Let's hop into year number 5. All right, year number 5. This is the year I expect some contracts to expire. The halfway point of the decade sim. Let's see. 76ers NBA Cup winners here. Bob winning the MVP. All right. The 5th All-Star team of the decade. Let's see. Bam. Here it is. The 5th All-Star team of the decade. DJ Nav making a first-time All-Star appearance. All right. Season's about to wrap up here. Here we are. Boogle once again winning MVP. Almost triple-double. Phoenix. He is now a 5-time DPOY. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Wow, okay, Spurs having a almost perfect record. 80-2. Spurs Coach of the Year. Here's the first team, the second team, the third team, all defensive first team, and the all defensive second team. The Spurs might be on their revenge pack right here. We'll see, but first, let's check out the regular season stats. Eggroll leading in points. Here's the rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. All right, familiar matchups once again. Will the Warriors make it out of the first round? They've been stuck here forever. 5 years straight. First round exits. I mean, they've been kind of stuck against the Thunder every single time. All right, we'll simulate round one. Yep, the Warriors suffering the same fate 5 years in a row. First round exit. Hawks lose to the Pistons, which is actually kind of surprising. The Pacers lose to the Magic. Yikes. Yeah, we get to see this matchup again. The Bucks against the Magic with the 5-time DPOY Phoenix. And we have the Splash Bros here against the Pistons. This should be a very easy win for the Splash Bros and Bob. On the West, we have the exact same matchups as previous year. Seeing lots of overall dropping here. Some players might be losing their badges as the years go on. Yep, OKC gets swept. No surprise there. Magic gets swept. No surprise. Yep, nothing surprising here. Okay. Val Baders finally make it back to the conference finals. Let's see if they can win against the Spurs. They did win in Game 7 against the T-Wolves. Eggroll locked in. And on the East, we have the same old matchup here. All right, simulate the conference finals. Val Baders, gentlemen swept, and it looks like the Pringles are about to go to the finals. Nope. They go to Game 7, Bucks, and they take it. Rebound the West Conference Finals MVP, and Skull the East. So the Bucks, yeah, Skull locked in for Game 7. We have this matchup once again. Let's see if the Bucks can win back-to-back here, or the Spurs are on their revenge run right here. We'll go game by game. Let's see. Bucks take Game 1. Okay. Bucks up 2-0. Spurs take a game back. Oh, okay. Close series so far. Could be a potential win here. Let's simcast this game. Let's see. We haven't had a close series in a very long time, so let's see. Okay, the Bucks. Okay, the Bucks could take this one away, actually. Maybe we see a Game 7. Very close. Very, very close. Okay, Spurs are taking this away. Let's jump in. Okay, so this is either gonna go to Game 7 if the Bucks win this game, or the Spurs are gonna win here in Game 6. They're trying to set a post up for Peter against rebound. Let's see if he can cook here. Passes out to Skull. Yep, that's a 3. We've seen that before. Now they're tied. Okay. Bucks have a chance to force Game 7. We'll see. Spurs are on a full locked in. Never mind, I'm about to say full locked in play right there, but Taku bricked the shot. Shisho locks in, it gets the block, but Hush gets a rebound. Easy slam. Hey, looking promising for the Bucks. They do have home court. Hush against the MVP here. Fouled. Don't expect a miss here. Skull misses the Euro step on Taku. Time is ticking here, okay. Taku is selling in crunch time right now. Will Skull lock in and hit a crazy shot? No, it gets blocked. Chisho trying to set up a play. Taku gets wide open again. He finally does hit the 3. The 80-2 Spurs are looking like a champion for this season. Let's see. Still 50 seconds. We've seen Skull hit crazy clutch threes before.
Explore the options. You're doing a great job. Now just focus on finishing this one.
It was almost a nasty crossover. Windstep is wide open. What are they doing? Spurs lock in. Windstep is not missing that with home court bonus. All right, we'll see. 40 seconds. Spot was wide open. Rebound is wide open. That's something you don't want ever. It's the easy three. Okay, will the Bucks lock in here? They tried to throw an alley-oop to Peter, and they sell. Wow, that might have just lost them the game. Looks like Spurs are going to be champs here. Bucks aren't able to defend the title. They won last time against them, but I don't know. Spurs kind of went demon mode for this season. They went 80-2 in the regular season. Who knows? Skull could still hit some crazy shots here. We'll see. Skull's wide open, top of the key. Why did he pass it out? He hesitated. Still wide open, yeah. Yeah, there's a chance. They just need a foul. They don't have a timeout, though. They got to hit 2 quick threes. Yeah, 2 possessions with no timeouts. It's going to be rough. Domino is wide open, though. He's going to hit it. Green. Okay. There's a chance. They have to foul. Yep. And they will have to hit a 3 here. And then if they hit the 3, they go to OT. Yeah, he's not missing those. That's Shisho at the line. Peter wide open. Ooh. That would have been a crazy OT shot right there. Spurs win, though. They are back being champions. Look at him face palming, bro. Damn, Peter. Peter had the chance. If that was Skull, he would have definitely hit that shot, though. Here we are, halfway through the decade sim. Spurs holding up the trophy for the 4th time. 4 out of 5 seasons, or 4 out of 5 years, they have won the chip. Looks like Rebound is Finals MVP. This is Rebound's 2nd Finals MVP. Yep, there we go. Rebound, Finals MVP. All right, let's check out the playoff stats. Then we'll hop into year 6. Here's the point leader, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. All right, on to year number 6. All right, here we are at the beginning of year 6. Before we start year 6, let's do the recap. So starting from 2026, we got a battle between Neo and, of course, me for MVP. Been back and forth. And DPOY, will Phoenix be able to continue the streak here 5 times in a row? And as for championships, we have the Spurs with their three-peat. And then the Bucks finally were able to take down the Spurs. But then the Spurs got their revenge win in year number 5. Yeah, so far it's just Spurs dominance. I mean, we'll see if that changes with some trades. We'll see. But yeah, no snake activity happening so far. I saw a lot of players did re-sign. Yeah, like, yeah, it's 2 years, 2 years. Okay, you have 1 year left. Above 1 year left. Yeah, so some players did just re-sign. No snake moves yet. All right, let's start year number 6. Bucks winning NBA Cup. Domino, the MVP. Here we go, the 6th all-star team of the decade sim so far. Bam. Now we got the GOAT for the East captain there. Okay, we do have 1 new all-star appearance. Yep, there it is, the 6th all-star team of the decade. Let's continue. All right, the year is about to wrap up here. There we go. The Dream, once again winning MVP, triple-double. And wow, the streak continues for Phoenix. Now 6 times in a row, the DPOY T-Wolves, this time with the best record. Their coach getting Coach of the Year. Here's the first team, the second team, third team, and the defensive first team, and the defensive second team. All right, we do have a different first seed on the West this time. Things could be different, we'll see. Oh wait, the Warriors finally have a different matchup. All right, let's check out the regular season stats and we'll hop into the playoffs. Lou France, this guy, random. We're starting to see some randoms take the scoring leaders here. Here's the rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, so we do have the one new matchup on the West. East looks pretty much the same as always, but this time the Pringles do have the first seed here. And what is Bob doing on the bench? Let me fix that real quick. All right, let's begin round 1 of year 6. Warriors, the curse continues. First round exit once again. The Hawks get eliminated and the Pacers as well. In a game 7 against the Pistons, bruh. What are the Pacers doing? KFP once again losing to Matt the B. Bro, 5 for 15. Lock in, bruh. Also, Skis 2 for 10. Yikes. All right. We have the first seeded T-Wolves against the Rockets or the Foul Baiters. Oh, we have seen this match before. I'm already forgetting, but yeah, OKC. I mean, they have a chance to get the upset here. We'll see. All right, let's simulate. Never mind, they get swept. And the Pistons, yep, they get swept. And okay, T-Wolves are back in the conference finals here. Nothing surprising on the East. We have this matchup again. All right, let's simulate conference finals. Wow, T-Wolves get swept. And it looks like the Bucks are gonna get the finals here. Yep, the Dream. Conference finals MVP, the West, and Skull on the East. Here we go with this matchup. We've seen this a lot. Let's go game by game. Spurs 3-0. Okay, yeah. Looking like a sweep here. Oh, Bucks take a game. Nah. The Bucks get their pity game, but yeah. Spurs is champs once again. Back to back now. Are they going to get a second three-peat? Rebound the finals MVP this time. Shot pretty bad. Looks like Peter did play some good defense. Check out the playoff stats, and we'll hop into year 7. Wow, okay. Bro, locked in on the Pacers. Where is KFP, bro? Here's the rebounds, the assists, the steals, and the blocks. All right, let's hop into year number 7. All right, year number 7. Still no trades or Boogle Cordley trades. Lots of loyal teams here. Hurtado taking the NBA Cup MVP. 76ers win here. All right. The 7th All-Star team. Bam. There is the 7th All-Star team of the decade. And Jay Saru making his first appearance here. All right, let's continue. Okay. Is this back-to-back-to-back MVP for the Dream? Another triple-double. The Sim Demon. Skull. Okay, wow. Skull is able to break the DPOI streak from Phoenix. Most improved and clutch player goes to no one here. And the Bucks do get the Coach of the Year. Here is the first team, the second team, the third team, all defensive first team, and the defensive second team. The Bucks, the first seed, they might try to stop three-peats here. And the Spurs, we'll see. Got the regular season stats. Okay, Comey for the first time, the scoring leader. Here's the rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, so on the East, things are looking pretty identical. We have the Bucks here. Yep, the Pistons are against the Hawks this time. Will the Pacers be able to make the second round again? We'll see. And the Warriors looks like are going to be stuck as first round exits once again. All right, let's simulate round 1. Yep, Warriors gone. No surprise there. The Hawks. That's kind of surprising. Pistons are slowly getting better. Pacers, man. Losing in game 7. What happened here? Who sold? AFP, bro. You gotta lock in. George. He tried. All right. Familiar matchups here. Let's simulate. Bucks get the easy sweep there. No surprise. OKC lose. Okay, wow. Is this the first time the Magic are in the conference finals? And the T-Wolves go to game 7 and lose. Oof. Rebound 41. Closeout game from Rebound. Who sold? No one really sold. Alright, this is a new matchup on the East. We have the Bucks against the Magic. Spurs looking for the three-peat here. Let's see if they get the finals match. Yeah, Magic gets swept there. And the Foul Baiters take 2 games, but they lose. West Conference Finals MVP and the East. Okay, so the Bucks have gone undefeated so far. The Spurs have kind of had a rocky run here. Let's see if the Bucks could stop the Spurs from three-peating again. Okay, Bucks take game 1. They take game 2. Wow, are they about to sweep the Spurs? They do. Wow. That's the first. Domino Finals MVP. The Bucks. They officially stopped their second three-peat. Let's check out the playoff stats. George, almost 40 points per game. Here's the rebounds, the assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, let's head on into year 8. All right, year number 8. Let's see if the Spurs get their revenge year once again. Okay, I think this is the first time or the second time the Spurs win the NBA Cup. The Dream winning the MVP. All right, here is them, the 8th All-Star team of the decade. All right, let's continue. All right. Oh, wow. We finally get a new MVP here. Vil almost averaging a triple-double. Skull now winning back-to-back DPOY. And the Spurs this time getting Coach of the Year. They're coming for revenge for the Bucks ruining their three-peat. Here is the first team, the second team, and the third team. All defensive first team and the all defensive second team. Let's of course check out the regular season stats before we begin the playoffs. And yeah, Vil leading in points per game this time. Here's the rebounds. Here's the assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, Bucks are the first seed on the East. Wow, the Pacers got the third seed this time. Okay, let's see if KFP locks in. And on the West, nothing too crazy here. The Warriors are probably going to be first round exit once again. Wow, the Pacers, bro. How are you losing to the Pistons again? Hawks lose. The Warriors lose. Oh, they got 2 games. Okay. Progression. It only took 8 years. All right, we got pretty much the exact same matchups here. Yeah, let's simulate. Okay, see, Gentlemen swept. Magic, same fate. 76ers are back in the conference finals. The T-Wolves win in game 7. Looks like the MVP had a pretty bad game here. All right. Will the T-Wolves make it to the finals? We'll see. The Bucks get eliminated. Okay. 76ers just beat the reigning champs. Yep, and the T-Wolves almost get it. Here's the West Conference Finals MVP. And the East, I mean, they went to game 7. Close. Very close. Baguette had a pretty bad game. Okay. All right. We have the 76ers. Will they be able to get a chip for the first time? Let's see. Spurs take game 1. Bengals take game 2. Spurs game 3. All right, tied up. Spurs. Are they going to win here? They do. Finals MVP. All right, so the Spurs. They do get their revenge run, but the Bucks couldn't even make the finals this time. Well, let's check out the playoff stats. Here's the point leaders, the rebounds, the assists, steals, and the blocks. All right. Heading into year number 9 now. Let's see what happens. All right. Year number 9. Let's see what happens here. I mean, pretty predictable so far. Spurs continue the dominance. All right, new NBA Cup winners here. I Am Better gets the MVP. All right, the ninth all-star team of the decade. Bam. Here it is. All right, let's continue. All right, season's about to wrap up here. Spot. Okay, first time winning MVP here. Almost a triple-double stat line as well. 50, 40, 90. Skull, this is now 3 times in a row winning DPOY, taking over Phoenix's reign. Bro, that is not Wemby. Who the hell is that? The Spurs Coach of the Year. Here is the first team, the second team, and the third team. All defensive first team and the all defensive second team. All right, year 9, let's see. Will the Pacers make it out of the first round? Will the Warriors make it out the first round? Let's check out the regular season stats. Okay, Egg Roll, your scoring leader. Here's the rebounds, the assists, steals, and the blocks. Let's simulate round 1. Let's go. Pacers get swept by the Pistons. Really? And the Warriors trapped. That's first round exits for eternity here. Yep. And nothing too surprising there. All right, T-Wolves went to game 7 last time against the Spurs. So they do have a chance here. But, wow, what the hell happened here, bro? DT is an 82 overall. Yikes, he's going to bench player territory. And for the foul baiters, Tylo losing a bit of steam here in the 9th year. The Bucks still going strong. Pistons somehow are still able to beat the Pacers. Like, come on, KFP, lock in. You have a way better team here. And the 76ers looking like they're going to win here. All right, let's simulate. T-Wolves get swept. Okay. Magic lose. Pistons lose. Now the foul baiters are back in the conference finals. Let's see if they make their first finals appearance. Has any other team other than the Spurs been to the finals on the West? Don't think so. Let's see. The Bucks lose. Okay, 76ers are back in the finals. The foul baiters lose. Here is the West Conference Finals MVP. And on the East, Spurs have a chance to win back-to-back here. Or the 76ers win for the first time. Let's see. Okay, they take game 1. Okay, they take game 2. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Okay, we're gonna simcast. Are the 76ers about to win their first chip? Oh, shit. It's a close game in the 4th. Oh, wait, Spurs are kind of taking it away. Yeah, Spurs are gonna win in. Okay, 76ers have home this time. Let's see. Or the Spurs might force a game 7. Close in the 4th quarter. Okay. Going back and forth. Spurs kind of taking a lead here. Okay, wow. Are we going to go to game 7? We are. Okay. Is this our first game 7 in the finals? I think. Let's simcast again. Spurs have home court. Okay. Very close games. Okay. 3 minutes, 1-point game. Winner go home. Let's jump in. All right. Looks like Spurs have possession. 76ers, bro. They have a chance to win their first ring. Okay. Bad turnover there. Spurs have home game 2. It was a green, but yeah, we got the block. Will the Splash Bros get a ring? Okay. Ravi on the pick and roll, but had an open lane, decides to pass out. Turnover. Oh no, Taku. Taku better sell. Okay, wow, it's just turnover after turnover. Yeah, that's a rebound. He's not missing that. Bro, 76ers, they gotta lock in, bro. Oh no, they're turning the ball over too much. Flashy pass for the corner 3. Damn. All right, Frosty, ISO. Hurtado for 3, that's easy. You know, even though Spurs is my team, I'm kind of rooting for the Pringles here. Oh, no. Can't leave him open, bruh. Okay. Frosty. I mean, he can hit those. Rebound. Passes it to Shisho. Shisho turnover. Oh, shit. Bub. With the defense. And he got locked up. Okay, there's still some time here, but nah, it's over. Damn. Bro, they had one chance. Game 7. And they fumbled the bag. That was almost a backcourt right there. I mean, yeah, I'm about to say something could still happen, but you got to hit those for something to happen. It's looking like another Spurs chip. Haku is not able to hit his threes. Yep. This game is over. Game 7. Spurs lock in. Pringles fumble, bro. Too many turnovers in the clutch. The walk of shame. And for the billionth time here, the Spurs are lifting the trophy. Here's to see who got finals MVP this time. Maybe Spoth. He did have his MVP year. Oh, we get the finals MVP. The dream. There he is. Backup rebound. That's my trophy, bruh. And there it is in year number 9. Spurs win once again. Of course, we're winning the finals MVP there. Check out the playoff stats, and then we'll head into the final year. Here's the point leaders, rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, now it's time. Heading into the final year of the Decade Sim. All right, the final year of the Decade Sim. Let's go. The Bucks win the NBA Cup. Domino getting the MVP. All right, the final All-Star team of the Decade Sim. Bam. Here it is. All right, let's continue. MVP. We get Baguette this time winning MVP. And Baguette winning DPOI as well. Okay. Are we going to see T-Wolves win a chip this year? Coach of the year is the Spurs. Here's the first team, the second team, and the third team. All defensive first team and the all defensive second team. All right, let's check out the regular season stats. Eric Grohl, once again, the scoring leader. Here's the rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, the final playoffs of the Decade Sim. Nothing surprising here. Well, the Spurs, or not the Spurs, the Pacers are falling off quite hard. I mean, their team is still good. They're better than the Pistons, but they're just not winning. And we had Baguette. Let's see if Baguette is able to get a clutch win here for the T-Wolves. Also, what? Yo, DT is a 78 overall. This has to be the biggest fall off in Boogle Court League. Thunder are still going strong here. The Bucks as well. 76ers. Maybe they get back to the finals. We'll see. Let's simulate round 1. Pacers. Wow. This was their last year to lock in. And they get eliminated by the Pistons again. The Warriors, 10 years in a row, have not been able to get out of the first round, and the Hawks lose in game 6. Oh, I thought it was 7. All right, T-Wolves, they have a chance. Will they eliminate the Spurs? But with the 78 overall DT over here, I do find it a bit hard to simulate. Pistons, they lose. T-Wolves, they get swept. Oof, Magic, they lose. Thunder lose. They took it to game 7, almost. Previous MVP here locked in. That would have been the first time I think the Thunder made it into the conference finals. But oh well. On the East, things are the same as always. West, kind of the same as well. Let's see who makes it to the finals. Okay. Paul Baders get swept. Bucks get eliminated. Okay. First seed, they get upset. Or a rebound, winning the conference finals MVP for the West. And on the East, we get Furtado. Here we go, the rematch for the final year. Let's see if they could take it. Game 1 to the Spurs. Okay, game 2 Pringles. Game 3 Pringles. And we're back tied up. Okay, this is the decider game right here. Spurs take it. Okay. It's looking like another Spurs W. Unless the 76ers could force a game 7 here. Let's see. Oh, it is close. Okay, it's close. We're going to jump in. Hey, they have possession as well. Okay, there's a good chance they force game 7 here. Unless they fumble like last year. They do have home court as well for this game. Oh no, Frosty. Oh wow, Luby got the rebound. Gets blocked by rebound though. Okay. Bro, Frosty, what are you doing? Calm down, bruh. What is he selling? And you're leaving rebound wide open. Oh no. Are the 76ers gonna fumble 2 years in a row? Hurtado, he's got it, bro. Just give him the ball. I mean, on defense, they're kind of hopeless here, but they just got to stop turning the ball over or shooting crazy shots. Okay, Shisho looking up a game plan here.
Explore the options. You're doing a great job. Now just focus
Okay, they tried to double. They fall off. Rebound, top of the key. Yeah, that's Thanos right there, bro. Still about 40 seconds left. Yeah, do not let Frosty chuck a shot. Yeah, if anyone's gonna chuck a shot, give it to him. Green bean. Okay, rebound is calling for the ball here. Oh shit, clutch block. Bravi gets the clutch block. Oh shit. They might force game 7. Did they finally lock in? Okay, Frosty. This is where you're not able to sell here for your free throws. I mean, the Spurs is the Spurs. They could do some crazy shit here. Let's see. Let's see what they do. 21 seconds. Wow. Deep 3. The dream. Drains that shit. Hurtado getting an MVP chance. Yeah, Spurs have no timeouts. 18 seconds, and it's a 2-possession game as well. Shisho pulls up, misses. It's over. Wow. Okay. Pringles are actually going to force a game 7. Yep. That's over. All right. Game 7. Winner go home. The final year of the decade sim. Will the Pringles get their first chip? Let's see. Ooh, they were dominating for a lot of the game, but Spurs are taking the fourth quarter here. Yep. There's a chance for a comeback. Oof. Yeah, it's over. Spurs almost a blowout win there, and they get the final chip. Is that another three-peat? I actually don't know. The Dream Finals MVP. All right, let's check out the playoff stats. Here's the point leaders, rebounds, assists, steals, and the blocks. All right, now let's check out the league history. I'll do a final recap of the decade. There we go. 10 years officially have passed. Let's see what has happened in the league. So for MVPs, so we had a fight between the Dream and Dio, going back to back there, back and forth. And of course, we won it 3 times in a row here. And then Ville gets an MVP there, Spot, and then Baguette for the final year. And DPOI, we had the reign of Phoenix for 5 years straight, 6 years straight. Then Skull won it 3 years in a row, and then Baguette for the final year. The league leaders for points per game. Okay, we had a huge variety here. There's Furtado there. Mostly Rockets players though. And here's the rebounds. I mean, Warriors taking up 3 spots here. The last couple years was pretty mixed. Assists. We see Neo has been dominating the assists for the decade. The steals, wow. Okay, the steals dominated by Fancied Bread and Michael. Blocks is the same stories as well. Fancied Bread and Michael going back and forth, and our champions. We had the Spurs get their initial three-peat, and then the Bucks finally ended the run. Domino getting finals MVP there, then Spurs win again back-to-back. Rebound picks up 2 finals MVPs, and then the Bucks, they stop their three-peat. Domino getting his 2nd finals MVP, and then the decade ends with the Spurs. They went to game 7 twice against the Pringles here. 2 chances they could have won, but yeah. Spurs dominated the decade. Now, as for records, this 89 points in a game, this is not new. This happened prior to the decade. Field goals, nothing new here. 3-pointers, nothing new. Free throws, okay. Here's a new record. The Dream, number 3. Rebounds, no one's ever beating these. Assists, nope. Blocks, nope. Steals, okay. Rebound, tied for number 1. And Skis is here too. At number 4. Turnovers. Matt the B is up here. AFP, this is who you lost to, by the way. What about playoffs? Okay. Yepid is here. Rebound is here. Dropped a pretty crazy game as well. This Frosty record was prior to the decade sim. No new records here. 3-pointers. This is all prior to the decade sim. Free throws. Okay. Furtado is up here. Here's a new record. Rebounds. No one is beating these. Assists. No one new up here. Blocks. Ooh, fancied bread. Made it into the top 5 here. Steals. Okay, we have a few records here for playoff steals. Skull took number 1. Isho is up here. Furtado, Silly, all new records. Playoff turnovers. We got Sky up here and Neo up here. Sky is up here twice. Yeah, no wonder the Warriors were stuck in the first round for 10 years. Bro, who the hell is this? This random got number 3 for most points in the season. Field goals, nothing new here. 3-pointers, we got this guy. Okay, here's a new record. MZ, number 10 for 3-pointers made in a season. Free throws, nothing new here. Rebounds, nope. Assists, okay, we have a couple players here. Neo, Frosty, and Neo again. All in the top 10 for most assists in a season. Blocks, no one new here. Steals, fancied bread, okay. Michael as well. Turnovers, yep, there's Sky twice. Fancied bread. And now let's see if anyone is up here for the career records. Okay, so we do have Egg Roll and Furtado up here, close to the top 10 for points, total points in their career. Culver is up here. There's Vil, Rebound, Frosty. Okay. There's the Dream, I Am Better. Yeah, here's all the Boogle Core players now. Pretty impressive for only 10 years in. There's Spot, Hilo, Fancy Bread, Neo, K4, and Shisho. Made it into the top 100. There we go. Threes. Steph Culver. Look at him go, bruh. Lots of names here for threes. Career threes. Free throws. Who was the biggest free throw merchant? Of course. Mr. FTA himself. Tato up here. The Dream. Rebound. Okay. Rebounds. I'm guessing no one came close here. We'll see. Oh, Chalky's over here. Okay. There's Michael as well. Baguette, Joyce, Yepid. Destroyers up here. Fancy Bread. There's the Spurs duo right there. Assists. Neo. Damn. Top 5 all-time career assists. Windstep is here. There's Shisho. Temp is here. Frosty. Okay. Lots of players here for the assists. Blocks. Do have Fancy Bread cracking the top 10. There's Michael as well. Their legendary battle in the decade sim. There's Chalky, Phoenix, Baguette. Skull is here as a guard. That's pretty impressive. Spot, Shisho. Yep. Lots of names here too. Steals, Fancy Bread in the top 10. Michael as well. There's Chalky. Rebound is here. Shisho, Spot. Steals, there was lots of Boogle Court players for career steals. Look at this, Steph Culver. I'm pretty sure Steph Culver's stats are kind of mixed with Curry stats, so that's why his stats are so high. His career stats. Turnovers. Yep, I'm about to say Sky has to be here, right? There he is. 3,500 career turnovers. Fancy Bread, Michael. Spartan is here. Furtado, Yepid, Neo. Vil is up here, okay. DJ Nav. There's Egg. Shisho. Points per game. I don't think this updates until their career ends. So yeah, no one's gonna be here. Alright, and that pretty much wraps up the decade sim. I mean, I guess we'll go through, look at the awards here for some of these players. Furtado. Unfortunately, 76ers couldn't win a chip. Bucks, 2-time champions though. Yeah, here's these players. Skull had a very surprisingly great season or decade. There's Winstep. And yeah, Domino winning his back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, his 2 finals MVPs. Egg roll, none of the Rockets players. And wow, this is a pretty insane stat. -1 championship because one of them was prior to the decade sim. So out of the entire decade, they won 8 times. Very insane. Spoth got his MVP there for the final year. Or the second last year. His rebound, 4 finals MVPs. Or 3, actually. Because he did win in the year prior to the decade sim. Taku. This is a pretty insane award lineup right here. Just straight chips. And okay, wow. We are probably the best player here. Probably. I mean, 8 chips. 5 MVPs. And 5 finals MVPs. Yeah. That's looking like a GOAT right there. Michael. No NBA teams. Nothing here. Okay, 4. Okay. Made some first teams here. Tendo was quiet for the decade. Neo, he had his 2 MVPs. Made some All-NBA teams as well. Chaseru just made All-Star 1 time. Baguette did win MVP for the final year. Did make some All-NBA teams as well. Well, he did win DPOY also in the same year. George, you got sold by KFP. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the decade sim. DJ Nav, bro. What a disappointment. Fancied bread. Made All-Star almost every single year. There's a lot of players with no accolades at all, which is kind of surprising here. Oh yeah, Phoenix. This was very surprising. He got 6 times in a row DPOY, 8 times in a row first team all defense also. That's insane. Bro, KFP. You lost to Mathaby with 0 accolades. This is the guy you were losing to, bruh. This guy as well. They're both on the Pistons, bruh. Yo, there's Vil. Got his 1 MVP that year. Lots of All-NBA teams as well. And now here's just all the random ass players. Actually, there is some players down here because DT was 78 overall. How much further did he fall down? Oh, is he a free agent? Oh no, here he is, 74 overall. Yo, this has to be the biggest fall off in Boogle Core League. I mean, he did make some All-NBA teams, but yikes. Alright, Boogle Core League 6, Decade Sim.